They are, as ever, a gorgeous audience. Hello, I'm Becky Mont, and welcome to Predictions with the one and only Derek Acorah. I can tell you're excited. I could feel the excitement. Anyone here met him yet, actually? Anyone here met Derek Acorah? No. Well, it's the first time for all of them. Let's welcome him without further ado, the great Derek Acorah.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Oh, I feel good. And Sam feels good. Yes.
Sam is actually, I'm sure you all know, Sam is actually Derek's spirit guide. So everybody's okay? You're in tune?
Yes, yes.
All right, now who's got a question? Stick your hands up if you've got a question for Derek. I've asked you earlier. I think nearly everybody has. This lady here, what's your name?
It's Caroline.
Caroline. What's your question, Caroline?
My mum died a year ago.
Yes.
And
You're all right, darling. It's okay. You carry on. I think you wanted to know, because I had a little chat to you before, if your mum's all right.
She was all right.
Yes.
And if you're going to be all right, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's Caroline's question.
Thank you, Becky.
All right.
Caroline, it's lovely to speak to you. And just from the emanations of your, well, I'd call it the build-up of your own serenity, that love that's contained within your heart and your mind will always attract sincerity, okay? And I'm aware of a lovely lady who comes quite close here, close to me, and Sam's trying to encourage her. I feel pleased with the lovely lady. She gives me the impression, see, please, close to you, is if she wants to actually take something, it's either a piece of jewellery, I feel it's a bangle actually, it's a bangle or a bracelet, and it's like as if she wants to come to you, give you that bracelet, and then take it back for some reason. So I've got to take it as being symbolic. Have you a bracelet, please? Yes. Now that bracelet, please, just prior to maybe coming to this today, this lovely show.
I had it in my hands the day before.
Thank you. She was there watching you, and she was sending her thoughts and thanking you. I tell you what, she just fits the fiddle now. Okay, I promise you. You know, sometimes through excitement and the exuberance, they make me like animated, so to speak. But your mum, I feel, your mum used to like. I'm not saying she. I'm not saying she did a lot of it, but she liked the serenity of people who danced. You know.
Yes, she did.
Do you understand me?
Yes.
I mean, I can't copy, but can I just say this?
You're right.
I know, I've got two left feet, mate. But, you know, I feel, and this lovely feeling about her. Caroline, did Mum please have an association around a lady called Dorothy and Anne?
Dorothy,
You remember her?
Yes.
Who's now in spirit? Or
I didn't know she was in spirit.
Okay, so she's talking about Dorothy. So if she's still to the physical, watch the news, you'll hear about Dorothy, okay?
Right.
And also, who's Anne?
I don't know.
Anne. Now, she's also living, I feel. If Dorothy's still to the physical, so is Anne. Will you...
I can't
I can't take that back. So will you keep hold of that, please?
Yes.
Yes. And I've got to say this. Your mum's movements, okay?
Yes.
Are fantastic now!
Oh,
Like
my
this,
God.
okay?
Did she just do that?
She just maybe like that. Okay?
So she's doing high kicks up there, Caroline. All right, there you go.
I
Nice
want
to
you
talk
watch
to you.
Sunday afternoon. Your mum's going to try her best to come through to you and something, okay?
Lovely.
Right.
Thank you.
There you go, Caroline. Let's move on. What's your name, there?
Linda.
Linda. Okay. And are you a healer yourself? Is that
Yes,
right?
I do Reiki healing.
Yes.
Okay. So what's your
Yeah.
question, Linda?
I'd just like to know if I'm going to do more Reiki healing
Yes.
than I'm doing now.
Yes. Now, Simone, it's lovely to meet you, Linda, as well. Okay, but I needed to touch, because often Sam will do that with anyone linked with healing, and I want to say the hands of God, without talking about a spiritual sermon, are upon you. So I want to say this to you: yes, good lady. Spiritual guy says, hey, yes, good lady. You continue on, walk that good road, okay? Don't make me start doing the spiritual walk in a minute. Yes, and I just feel so exhilarated with what they're wanting you to do. There's progression, yes, there's progression. But can I say, not all is learned from books.
No.
They've been watching you reading up recently, okay?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
Now, they will guide you to... There's healing hands with this lady. Oh, I shouldn't go off camera, should I? Forgive me, I'm drawn with
Sorry,
a...
which lady?
This
Which
lovely lady here.
Are you a healer as well?
Yes, I am,
Well, I
yes.
mean, I have to
that
ask
was
you
my
that.
question, actually.
Was
Do
it?
you want to go back to the other
Yes,
lady?
I will, and I'll
Yeah.
come to you.
Thank
But
you so
whoa,
much.
they draw me away. Please, will you... Sorry.
Where are we going?
You do this with me, I'm sorry. Yes.
Very quickly, you just finish
And
here now,
can I...
Derek.
Yes, thank you. Can I just say to you, walk the good road.
Yeah.
Fight the good fight.
Walk the spiritual
and help
walk.
the love on the earth, okay? Help people.
Do it, just show us the spiritual walk, because we haven't seen it yet on Predictions well for quite a while. So
Okay.
go on now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the spiritual walk.
This is the way Sam has me walk, his spiritual walk, and it's this, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, it is actually the funky chicken. Thank you, Derek and Acorah, very much indeed. We'll come back to you later, love. We will actually come back to the audience later. But for the moment, we're going to a lady here in front of me called Karen Holt. Now then, Karen, I know that you're having a one-to-one actually with Derek. You are very honoured, I have to say. What's your actual question for it?
It's just generally about work, finance, and the property I actually live in at the moment.
Work, finance, and it's quite a lot. So it's your whole future, really. You want to know what
Basically, yeah.
the future has in store. All right, well, let me take you over to meet Derek, who's over here. Come on.
It's lovely to meet you. And just off your voice vibration, which time and time again I've got to count on until I get the instruction and the links even from Sam, my good friend. I want to say to you, please, it's become plainly obvious to you, and I feel going back quite a bit actually, of what we call the rearrangement of your pathway. The rearrange. I'm not just talking about house move, but couldn't I say this to you, please? Was there not a consideration? And say if it's wrong, okay, won't you?
Yeah.
And then I'll shout at Sam, and he can shout whoever he wants then. But can I just say this to you? Hasn't it become apparent to you that in the changing of direction, it would also have the same effect on your life as well as a home move as well? The two together. Would one not tally with the other?
I don't know.
Well, can I just say to you, I've got a lovely lady who comes here from the world of spirit, and I would tell you, please, the way her head is designed is quite short, actually, but in her younger years, I'm sure was quite long, okay? She doesn't mind me saying this, thin hair, you know, very thin, that's what I call it anyway, not heavy.
No.
And she comes here, and the way she feels to me, I can hear her talking to Sam, and she said here, please, that the change of career, oh, is she going to do that? Has she already thought about it? Thank you. Caroline, haven't you thought about taking on a study of some kind, please?
I have, yeah.
Yes, because this lovely grandmother, okay, a grandmother figure is coming here to you to open up the book of learning, of new knowledge, of taking in study.
Yeah.
That's most important. Now, you want to know when there's a home move?
Well, I'd like to move now.
Yes,
But,
it's not possible, I'm afraid. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you see, everything has got to be timed for your spiritual agenda, for things to fit. And this lovely grandmother figure, your dad's mum,
Oh.
right, she's in spirit.
Yeah.
Yes, it's her. Can I just tell you what she's just said? She wouldn't have expected me.
No, I wouldn't.
And she
She'd be
comes
the
like-
last person
she
I'd
comes like that.
expect.
Well, you know, she wants to make up in her own way. If we look back when you were a child and as you've grown and what have you, for what wasn't done, any connection or what have you, now, through her own progressions, through the karmic law, the spiritual law, she's drawn close to help you so she can help herself. And she wants to give you this advice. A movement is not supposed to take place in the now, that's for certain. But she does take you forward. But she takes you forward nearly 14 months from now, okay?
Would that be when my
Yes.
house move?
Yes. Not before.
No.
It's on your spiritual agenda. And if you tried, obviously, through your own free will, to say, well, I'm not going to take any notes of that, I'm going to push, but you'll find obstacles in front of you. So we'll try and, you know, take that advice because, you know, you've got to go into your new conditions, make that transition easily and calmly, okay?
That's what I have been finding. Every time I think, right, I'll do the place up, move.
Yes.
Something will
Always could be placed in front
always
of
come
you.
in front, yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So, you know, take that advice. 14, relax. 14 months from now, I promise you, into the month, it'll start to speed up, and then you'll find that easy transition. By the time we come into the 17th month, you've moved lock, stock and barrel.
Oh, great.
That's a promise, okay?
Good.
Who's Peter?
I've got an uncle, Peter.
Yeah, he's still to the earth?
Yep.
Yes. Should I say that? You want me to say it to give proof? Okay. There's going to be news surrounding Uncle Peter very shortly. And just tell people to stop worrying about him. He will be okay.
Right.
He will be okay. There's no harm or anything like that to Uncle Peter. But news initially that comes might startle a few people. that's when you do your spiritual service and let the other family members know Uncle Peter's going to be okay.
Because actually, I've also got a nephew called Peter John.
No, it's
No?
Uncle.
Right, that's okay.
They say, no, Uncle. Okay?
Yep.
So will you keep that in mind?
I will.
Okay. But I would say to you, please, that your pathway ahead over the next 3 yearly cycle, I take you forward as an example. 3 years from now, looking back in that present time to this present, you'll be shocked and surprised how your life has been rearranged, okay?
Pleasantly.
Yes.
Oh, good.